Okay, so we've created our hillshade part of our model, and now you've reclassified, made a binary raster so that you could set a sea level, and we're going to add that to our model as well. So a lot of this work you should have already done, and just building the model should be pretty easy. Drag in the reclassify tool. And just like before, you use the connector to connect the input DEM to the tool and set it as the input raster. And these guys should automatically color. You can rename the output like we did before. And in the read class, we're going to double to open up the properties of the tool itself. You're going to set it just like you did when you built the manual one. Use the classify button, ignore the warning, set two classes, and set the lower value to 0. What I would do here is just manually kind of set a big span in values. I would say -3,000 to 0 will be our ones, and then we'll take this up to a maximum of 4,500. That should encompass all the data sets that we're going to use for the Antarctica lab. Remember to change this to no data, and you can ignore this for right now. And then remember to double-click on the output and set at least a temporary folder here and a temporary name. So while you're testing it, all of your outputs aren't just dumping into the default geodatabase. And we can right-click to set the properties to the layer symbology again, and you'll need to make a layer file for your output of the binary data set that we did before. I did that here, so I'm going to use that layer file, and it's going to match the blue and the transparency so that they're all the same, and it saves you all those steps of having to symbolize all these. And then finally, remember that we want to make our user, we want to force them to set the destination folder and name the output. So that's it. I guess last I would just save the model again, and just as a backup, go into the Arc toolbox, right click in the white space next to it, and save the settings to the default again. I don't think that does anything. I think you just need to do that once, but you can't be too careful. All right, and that's it. We'll do one more, adding the last bit to the model, and then we're done.